Number 10.
Minnesota, and they're actually now becoming a very easy team to figure out. When they play a good defense, Kirk Cousins is 0-2 with a quarterback rating of 73. When they play a bad defense, Kirk Cousins is 4-0 with a quarterback rating of 135.8. It's real simple. Kirk Cousins is limited, and when you put a fearsome pass rush and a top secondary against them, he's not very good. But Philadelphia had back-end issues, and he looked great. Delvin Cook, by the way, is a monster. He's being overshadowed by Christian McCaffrey. Dalvin Cook right now, to me, is the first or second best running back in this league. We're just talking so much about McCaffrey. And they got such great receivers in Minnesota. We forget about Dalvin Cook. He's having a monster year.
Number 9.
Kansas City. You complained last week when I had them like 7. Their defense has spent an average of 38 minutes on the field in the last 2 games. They can't get people off the field. And by the way, I like Patrick Mahomes, but this is the first time in his career, Joy, he's having to overcome stuff like injuries, and he's struggled with it. So he's completing last 3 games 56% of his throws. That's with Travis Kelce. That's with Andy Reid. So listen, Wilson, Brady, Aaron Rodgers have spent years having to overcome injuries. So Mahomes now for the first time has to overcome some stuff, and he has regressed. Doesn't mean he's not great. It doesn't mean he won't get good again. But this is the growth of young quarterbacks. You come out, you blow everybody away. Oh, you take away this guy. You take away that guy. That guy's hurt. And Mahomes is pulled back. Kansas City at 9.
Number 8.
I think Buffalo does have a ceiling offensively. They are so good, though, situationally. The number that jumps out to me, they've had 14 red zone trips this year, and they've scored 10 touchdowns. So that is a team. The play calling's good. They went in the offseason, and they upgraded their offensive line. And I like their staff last year, and I like their defense, but their offensive line has taken all that chaos and all that inconsistency last year and just pulled it down a little bit. It's a great defense, a great staff, a limited offense, but a pretty good situational offense in Buffalo at number 8.
Number 7.
Carolina. Again, I think Kyle Allen has some limitations, but let's be honest, the defense right now, again, another Ron Rivera defense, most sacks in the NFL and tied for the second most takeaways. This is what Ron Rivera does. He gives Cam Newton, or whoever the quarterback is, he's like, listen, I'm going to give you a top 10 defense. And in the NFL, if you have a top defense and you're a top quarterback, you generally have a winning record. Add to the fact they've drafted very well at wide receiver and at running back with Christian McCaffrey. Kyle Allen is now one of 4 undefeated quarterbacks in the NFL. Brady, Garoppolo, Bridgewater, and Kyle Allen. Carolina 7.
Number 6.
This is mostly Russell Wilson. He's just great. He leads the NFL in passer rating, second in passing touchdowns, second in completion percentage. Oh, yeah, no interceptions. And Chris Carson has become a complete workhorse at running back, that 7th-round pick. He's second in the league in carries, 5th in yards. But this is really about Russell Wilson. He is situationally the most unique quarterback I've ever seen. He's a pocket passer, yet a playmaker, yet sometimes a running quarterback. Doug Baldwin retired, and I said on the air, the defense is too young. Doug Baldwin's retired. I don't love their offensive line. I think they could be an 8-8 team. And then Russell Wilson just happened to have the greatest year of his career, and they're a 5-1 team.
Number 5.
Or number 6. Green Bay's at 5. I think we saw them last night. They're not a perfect team. But one of the things that Green Bay has done very well with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, they draft the offensive line well, and they coach up offensive lines. They do a good job of developing offensive linemen, and Aaron Rodgers has only been sacked 4 times in the last 4 games. They went and got Billy Turner. They have drafted the position very well. So Aaron's got a nice offensive line. That's allowed, obviously, Aaron Jones to flourish. And by the way, what that does, it allows Aaron to more often throw on play action. So what does that do? Well, Aaron Rodgers on play action has a 103 passer rating and completes 73% of his throws. So Aaron's good anyway, but when you let Aaron throw on 2nd and 4 and 3rd and 2, Linebackers have to play up. He is absolutely lethal. Green Bay at 5.
Number 4.
Houston Texans. Bill O'Brien got ripped for trading first-round picks for a left tackle. Guess what? Deshaun Watson doesn't get sacked anymore. Guess what? He's really good. Here's the other thing. This is a Deshaun Watson. This is very Russell Wilson. Houston leads the league in red zone touchdown percentage and third down percentage. What does that mean? Deshaun, like Russell Wilson, just makes plays. This is what I knock on Matt Stafford. Red zone, third down last night. Matt just doesn't make the play. Deshaun Watson right now, best in the league. Red zone touchdown percentage. Third down percentage, best in the league. That's just a guy making plays. 90% of this sport is off script. You know, the first 2 series are scripted. After that, you got to make stuff happen. Nobody makes it happen like him. And by the way, has not been sacked in 2 weeks. It's not a coincidence. The offense has scored 84 points in 2 weeks. Deshaun now has time when he prefers, as he's always said, to be a pocket quarterback.
Number 3.
San Francisco 49ers, best defensive front in the league. What I thought was impressive about winning in Los Angeles, they were missing their fullback, who's a big component, a big cog in their offense, and both offensive tackles, and they were on the road, and the Rams were more desperate. So you can just say the Rams are no good, but that, you know, the wise guys in Vegas thought the Rams were one of the bets of the weekend. So they've allowed the second fewest sacks and the second fewest yards per game. So they're doing it on both sides. You're not getting to Garoppolo, and they're getting to your quarterback. And this league's not hard. Get a quarterback, protect him, and then draft guys that can get their quarterback and make him uncomfortable. So San Francisco goes into every game, and their quarterback is more comfortable than your quarterback. That's why they're number 3.
Number 2.
New Orleans Saints, we're talking about Bridgewater. It's really about line play. They're top 10 in the league in sacks and top 10 in sacks allowed, meaning like San Francisco, they're doing a lot of this on the lines. Teddy Bridgewater's terrific. Bridgewater has essentially become Drew Brees. If you look at his numbers right now, what does Brees do? High completion percentage. What does Teddy Bridgewater? 69% completion percentage. What does Brees do? High passer rating, very few picks. Teddy Bridgewater, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Very coachable, good line play, Saints at number 2.
Number 1.
New England Patriots. Yes, we know they've played the dregs of the NFL, but their special teams have been outstanding. The special teams and defense have scored more touchdowns than they have allowed this season. So their special teams are better than last year. Their defense is better than last year. They've got a ton of secondary and running back depth. N'Keal Harry comes off the IR soon, the rookie first-round wide receiver, which should help Edelman, Philip Dorsett, and Josh Gordon. 6-0. Usually in September, they are at their weakest. They lead the league in takeaway, so it's not just about one thing. The running game's back in the fold. Best quarterback in crisis. Best coach in the league. Special teams. New England number 1. Herd hierarchy. Join our Facebook group, the Loyal Followers of the Herd, so you can join the conversation. We're going to do this every week on Facebook Watch right here. McIntyre tees me up. I'm interested to see if I can beat the public. I should be able to beat the public. I am paid to beat the public, so here we go. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.